What is up, Bobber Nation? 'Tis I, the Jimbobbington, bringing you a new video today. Like I said, I've got lots of stuff planned. I'm excited to get out here as often as possible and create a new video for you. So please, hit that subscribe button for me. Ding the bell or whatever they say. Get those notifications. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about me. Not like where I was born and who my parents are and things like that, but I want to go over my motorcycle history so you kind of know where I'm coming from. I'm just an average kind of guy. And then we'll get into why I'm doing this. So I was raised in a non-car motorcycle family. Nobody in my family cared about cars or motorcycles. It was just something I felt like I wanted to get myself at one point. So for my 25th birthday, long time ago, I decided I was going to get a motorcycle. So I took my motorcycle safety courses. I went into the dealer and was like, what's the best beginner bike I could get that's fun and looks kind of cool? And they sold me a Suzuki SV650. I think it was a 2007 model. Brand new at the time. It was the first new thing I'd ever owned. And I hadn't even gotten my license yet when I'd purchased it, so they delivered it to my garage, and I had to finish my courses, get my certification before I could even ride it. And I rode the shit out of that bike. I believe I owned it for close to 9 years. The first 3 months I owned it, I think I put like 8,000 miles on it. Over the course of ownership, I put almost 40,000 miles on it, I believe. And I really fell in love with riding a motorcycle. The SV650 is a pretty great all-around little bike. It was fun. It did everything I needed it to. But I never necessarily fell in love with the bike itself. It was more just about having something to go ride. Oh, there was a deer. There was a short time there where I picked up a horribly used old Ninja ZX600R, I believe it was. Top of the morning to you. I guess it's afternoon. And did not enjoy that bike. It was somewhat old, probably really abused. It was carbureted. I wasn't a fan of the characteristics of the inline 4. There's just a lot of things about it I learned that I did not like. And I decided the characteristics of the V-twin were more my style. I like that immediate torque. I don't like having to wait for 10,000 RPMs to come, like you're waiting for a ginormous turbo to spool up. It just wasn't fun to me. So I got rid of that thing pretty quickly. And then my automotive desires got the best of me. I really wanted my dream car at the time, which was a supercharged V6 S4. And I sold my SV650 to help make that happen. And I wasn't upset I made that decision. I never regretted it. But there was about 6 years that I didn't own a bike. And for probably 5 of those years, I wanted another one. And then, what was it? COVID season came around. 2020. And my wife could not figure out what to get me for my birthday. So she said, what if for your birthday I give you permission to buy a motorcycle? And that wasn't a hard decision for me. I said, okay. Already had something in mind. I saw Indian motorcycles through a friend who is just happens to be a design engineer with Polaris. And he has all the fun toys. He's got FTRs and different motorcycles. And I had never even thought to take a look at Indian before. I knew I kind of wanted a cruiser style, but not the generic classic Harley Davidson. I knew I didn't want that. I didn't know what else there was out there. So I started seeing these Scout Bobbers, and I was like, hot damn, that's a sexy machine. And I started doing research, watching all the vlogs and reviews and modification videos, and really fell in love with what everybody had to say. So by the time my wife mentioned, hey, how about you buy a motorcycle, I had pretty much already made the decision. And that night I began doing research. I think it was less than 2 or 3 days when I had a down payment on something. Now the buying process, that was a whole different story. That's probably enough content for its own video. We can go over that later. But about a month after I had put my down payment on it, it was actually my birthday, and the dealer felt bad for me because I didn't have a motorcycle yet. So they said, come down and pick something out of our used inventory. And they had all these different types of bikes like KTM, Adventure Sports. I just decided I wanted something that was in the same class with the Bobber. I hadn't ridden in 6 years. I felt a little bit nervous about riding some random bike I didn't own, and figured, let's go with this Harley Sportster 1300 Custom. That's about the closest thing they had to a Scout Bobber for me to get used to the riding style and that kind of motorcycle. So I went down and picked that up, rode that for about a month and a half, until my brand new Bobber finally came in. Yeah, I was already in 6th gear. And here we are today. I got that in October. Here it is March now. I've got 1,727 miles on this thing. And I am truly in love with it. I never test drove it, nothing like that. I just bought it. And there's not a bone in my body that regrets it. And I can't consume enough new video content and information about this bike that I was like, well, fuck it. Let me produce some information about this bike and share my love of this thing for others. And if it just so happens along the way I can help somebody make an informed decision or entertain them just a little bit, I think that's worth my time and effort. I thought about it for a few weeks, like, is this a hobby I'd really put enough effort into that I could continue creating content? Is it something I want to do? And I checked all the boxes. I decided, yeah, I'm going to do it. And I created Jimbobbington that weekend. Made the logo, threw up the first couple videos, ordered my GoPro, and here we are today. So hopefully, like I said, I can help inform some of you. Maybe help you make some better decisions surrounding what you should and shouldn't do, whether you actually want to buy this bike in the first place, that sort of thing. And I'm going to be doing this all year. It's also a good excuse to tell my wife, hey, I just have to go ride. I've got subscribers and they need more content. If I don't put something out by this weekend, they're probably going to cry. And they're going to unsubscribe to me. And then where would we be? So, thanks again for watching, you guys. It's a pleasure being here with you. Riding this wonderful machine here. The good old Bobberan. Until next time, don't forget, don't be a skid mark. Jimbobbington out.